Yeehaw, it's YouTube Tuesday. This is Jean with CA&J Farm, a medicinal herb and organic egg farm right here in beautiful Matthews County, Virginia. Spring is right around the corner, and finally finding time to start some seeds. And tonight we're going to do that. We're going to start some hemp seeds, and we're going to also decant some Passionflower Tincture that I jarred. I actually started working on January 30th. So, you make your tincture and then you let it sit for like 5 or 6 weeks and then you decant it. So tonight we're going to do this. And it's Passionflower Tincture, which I've been out of Passionflower for a while. So I'm looking forward to having some fresh Passionflower Tincture. It really helps me sleep. And it's just amazing. But we'll talk more about that in a minute. I wanted to start with the hemp seeds. Last year, we were a very small grower of medicinal hemp. We were certified and registered with Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, and the police have our GPS coordinates, but we cross our T's and dot our I's, so we do everything right. But like I said, last year we had a few seeds, and we started, worked with, noticed the pests, noticed the funguses from it being so humid here in Virginia and how to deal with them. We worked at how to harvest it right and at the right time and stuff. Anyway, we got a little product. We didn't really do a whole lot with it, but I did report back to VDAX and told them how we had done, and we're going to be registered again this year. Now, last year it cost $50 to be a grower. This year it's $150, but I do think that eventually anybody's going to be able to grow the medicinal hemp, which is high CBD, very low THC, which the THC is what makes you high. So, but the CBD is an amazing herb. The cannabis hemp is an amazing herb. High CBD, low THC. It helps with stress and tension and sleep and pain. And I've known some people that say they've got off some really powerful medicines that were giving them side effects and stuff just by taking a few drops of CBD. So it's definitely an herb worth looking at. And like I said, eventually I think you'll be able to grow it in your own herb bed, and you'll be learning how to produce the medicines you need from it. Last year, we just had a few seeds that I'd gotten from a friend, and just to try it out. But this year, we're going with a strain called Cherry Blonde. I found a seed seller out in Longmont, Colorado, Blue Forest Farms, that sold us 50 seeds, which is great. They're feminized. They have a certificate of analysis with them that shows exactly that they are what they say they are, high CBD, almost zero THC. And so we're going to take those 50 seeds, and hemp seeds save very well for 2 to 3 years. So I'm going to take 25 for this year and save the other 25 for next year. And so we are going forward with that. So we'll be starting with 25 seeds, and then we'll see where we go. We will take care of it, and maybe we'll be selling some of our own medicines next year. Who knows? I hope so. Anyway, we took, if you read about how to start hemp seeds, it says very, technical, like soak them for 24 hours, use gloves, use sterilized distilled water and all this. I'll tell you how herbalists do it. Okay, herbalists take the seeds, and I've already done that, and you put them in your mouth and let them sit there for like 3 or 5 minutes while you're just doing things. And your saliva activates them and also helps you kind of know the plant. Herbalists are all about knowing the plants, feeling the plants, talking to the plants, And anyway, so I did that, and then I took them and I put them on this moist napkin on this plate. So it's 25 cherry blonde seeds. And, we were lucky to get these. Most places only want to sell like 1,000 seeds at a time, and I didn't need that many. So I was very lucky to get these from Blue Forest Farms. I highly recommend them. So anyway, we take that. After I've had them in my mouth for a few minutes, I'm going to put another napkin on top. I'm going to tilt that down so you can see a little bit there as I'm working it. And I've already got my tincturing stuff in the way too. But okay, so then we're going to just spritz it. And I'm just using filtered water out of our well. I think that'll be fine. Just moistening the top. Okay. And we're going to take this plastic wrap and just lay it on top. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in my fermentation room. My fermentation room is where I keep the kombucha and our sauerkrauts and water kefir and things that we're fermenting. Keep it about over 70 all the time, year round. I've always got something fermenting in there. So I'm going to take this and put it in there. And in just a few days, I'll go back and it will have germinated. This is how we did it last year and it worked really well. It will have germinated, and when the roots get to be about that long, there'll be little, the little shell of the seed will burst open, and these little roots will come out. When it gets to be about that long, maybe what's that, about a half an inch or so, then I'll take them, and I've got everything ready to plant them in the soil. We're going to start in these 3-inch cups. Start them in that, and you put that pretty much level. Of course, roots down with the top of the seed, like right at the soil level, so not sticking out, but even with it. And then we ought to have 25 plants. Now these are feminized, ready to go. That means that we won't get seeds. We'll get the trichomes and the flowers, which is where the medicine's at. And it's so interesting working with these plants. The medicine is the flowers and the trichomes are like glistening, and it's all in there. And as you work with them, you get the terpenes and stuff all over your fingers. They get really sticky. But anyway, you'll be following our path, our journey with the cannabis hemp that we're planting this year, and I'll keep checking in and let you know. So I'm going to put this in the worm room right after we finish this YouTube, and I'll be showing you soon when they germinate, and then we'll be planting them, and you can follow our progress with this, okay? That'd be wonderful. Thank you. Okay, let me put this over here out of the way. And let's decant and I've just got a little spray bottle, which is, these glass spray bottles are great because you can wash them out really good and use them for all kinds of things. One thing I do, I put a weak chamomile tea in this spray bottle too. And I'm able to, as I start my seeds, which I've already got a lot of herb seeds and vegetable seeds started out in my grow room. They're on lights and heat mats. And I will put chamomile tea in here and spritz the top of my seeds every day as they're growing and germinating and everything. And this helps them from damping off. Have you ever grown seeds and they're doing really good, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're dead? That's because they've damped off from the funguses around. So a weak chamomile tea, let it go, let it cool, put it in a spray bottle, spray it on top of your seed starting tray every day. You won't have any trouble with damping off. Just a little tip. Okay, let's take our Passionflower Tincture. I actually made 2 jars this time because I love this and I love sharing it with friends too. Passionflower is amazing. It is it's good for ADD, ADHD. It's good for pain, anger management, good for focus, and clears your mind before sleep. And I don't really have any pain, but a lot of women have told me that they have a little bit of hip pain when they sleep. Because, you know, women's hips are a little different. We're made to have babies, so our hips are a little different. But they have a little hip pain when they're sleeping. And taking a little bit of passion flower really helps alleviate that. So that's just something to think about. So anyway, I'm going to aim this down a little bit so you can watch what I'm doing. Okay, I got a real fine mesh plastic. Well, it's polyester, I think. Little screen there. And just a, one of your mixing bowls that you can pour. Now, like I said, I started this January 30th. It's an 100 proof vodka. So, pour that in there. And it's been sitting in a dark, cool place ever since January 30th. So, it's time to jar it up. It's called decanting. And so, I'm taking the herb out of the jar. And then just use the back of a spoon and press it and get all that goodie out of there. And then I take this and I usually will add it to my compost pile. So let me dump that out. And we're going to do that other one too. So here is your beautiful passion flower tincture. Got my little colander. It's a very narrow little mouth, so it fits in these little brown bottles. And also has those black ridges, which keeps it up that keeps the air up so you don't get that vacuum, which helps pouring your tinctures be easier. Isn't that beautiful? And it's an amazing tincture. Love, love, love taking a half a dropper full of Passionflower Tincture. Either Passionflower Tincture or Passionflower tea. That works just as well. Okay, so there's a beautiful bottle. Let's do another one. And like I say, I use this and do this other one real quick. And then I share it with friends too. You can buy Passionflower tinctures from David Winston's line, or we actually sell the ready-made tinctures from Herb Farm or Frontier Co-op or David Winston's Herbalist and Alchemist tinctures in the store. And we're hoping, maybe we're working right now to get everything in line that we can make some of our own stuff and sell it. So we got to be sure we get everything approved and do it right. So we're working on that. We hope to very soon be selling some of our own products in the store, some of our own tinctures and soaps and lotions. So keep an eye out on that. We hope to do that later in 2021. Okay, so we did the second one. Oh, I still need to squeeze that a little bit. Okay. And then here is a whole nother jar of the tincture. Like I said, I made extra of this because it is such a great medicine. And we actually have it. We have the passion flower planted in one of our big empty horse troughs. They're actually a horse trough. Somebody gave me some of her horse troughs that had sprouted a leak, and which is great, because if you buy them at Tractor Supply, they're like $80. But the horse troughs are great. So anyway, there we go. So then you just take your lid. Oop, oop. I grabbed the wrong lids. I need to go. Wait a minute. Does this one fit? There we go. Ah, I got jars. I got bottles that have 2 different size mouths. That's interesting. Okay, so now I got 3 bottles of Passionflower tincture. So good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, find what works. Find what works, you know, so that you get a good night's sleep. I find if I take a little bit of Passionflower tincture, about a half a dropper full, after I brush my teeth and I'm all ready to go to bed, and I've already come in here and I put my phone on the charger, not in the bedroom, and I write down anything that still may be floating around in my brain that I want to be sure I don't forget. I do all that. Then I take my half a dropper full of Passionflower tincture, or I'll drink a cup of tea, you know, and then go to bed and sleep like a baby, because sleep is the best herb you can get. So always remember that. If you're not getting good sleep, figure out why and fix it, because you need that. That's when your body repairs itself. Anyway, thank you for tuning in and following our journey at the farm. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that like button. That really helps us. And y'all stay well. And oh, we have a podcast now too. We've only done 3 episodes, and it's just been me. But I hope to have some of the people that work here at the farm talking on the podcast soon too. And you'll be following our journey on YouTube and on our podcast. The podcast is called Hey Farmily, because they call everybody that works here the Farmily. And it's right now it's out on Spotify and on 5 other platforms too. So, which is amazing. Anyway, thank you. Be well. See you next week.